So you've generated this fantastic character with AI, but it looks, well, a little generic, right? It just doesn't fit the specific visual world you're trying to build. This is probably the biggest hurdle for animation pros using AI. Today, we're going to bridge that exact gap, the one between default AI images and production-ready visuals that perfectly match your project's unique art direction.
Look, here's the problem in a nutshell. On the left, you've got your typical AI fantasy character. It's detailed, it's impressive, but it's totally useless in a professional pipeline. Now on the right, that's our goal. A clean storyboard panel that fits a very specific production style. Today, we're going to show you exactly how to close that gap.
And here's our roadmap for getting there. First, we'll really dig into this generic image problem. Then we're going to decode the DNA of pretty much any art style. After that, we'll put the theory into practice by tackling some famous studio styles before, and this is the big one, learning how to match your own custom art direction. And finally, we'll lock in total consistency with a pro workflow you can use on any project.
So what's the big deal with the default AI style anyway? It's really simple. Every single production has its own unique visual language. Your storyboards, they're the blueprint for the entire team. If they don't match that language precisely, they just create confusion and are, frankly, useless. In professional animation, generic just doesn't cut it, period.
You know, the secret to controlling style is realizing it's not some kind of magic. Not at all. It's actually a combination of specific, fundamental components. And once you can name them and describe them, you can command them in your prompts. So let's break them down.
Let's start with line quality. Just think about it. Is the line thick and bold, like in Samurai Jack? Or is it thin and delicate, like in a lot of classic anime? Is it super clean and uniform, or does it have this rough, sketchy texture? This one element alone can dramatically change the entire feel of an image.
Next up is shape language. And this is like the DNA of your design. Are your characters built from soft, friendly circles and ovals, or are they all sharp, aggressive triangles and angles? This single choice dictates everything, from how friendly a character feels to how dangerous an entire world appears.
And finally, we've got rendering and shading. What's the final look? Is the image just clean line art? Is it flat-colored? Or does it have this complex, painterly shading with soft gradients? This is what determines the level of finish and can make something feel like a quick sketch or a totally polished piece of concept art. Okay, so that's the theory. Now for the fun part, putting it into practice. We're going to take those components, line, shape, and rendering, and use them to replicate some of the most iconic animation styles in the world. Let's take the beloved Studio Ghibli style. I mean, who doesn't love it? But to get this look, you can't just type Ghibli and hope for the best. You've got to describe its components. You prompt for things like soft hand-drawn line art, a watercolor rendering feel, and that gentle pastoral atmosphere. These keywords are what capture that specific painterly magic.
Now let's do a complete 180 and look at something totally different, the modern Cartoon Network style. The keywords here are all about efficiency and clarity. You'd prompt for simplified graphic shapes, thick black outlines, and flat color. It's a style built for speed, readability, and just really efficient animation.
And for that high-energy action, you've got the shonen anime style. For this, your prompts have to reflect that same energy. We're talking dynamic, angular line art, spiky, energetic hair, and dramatic action poses with speed lines. You're literally prompting for the intensity you want to see on the screen.
Okay, this is all great for practice, but here's where the real professional work begins. What do you do when your project has its own unique style guide that doesn't match a famous studio? How do you replicate that with precision?
It's a really clear three-step process. First, you analyze your project style guide just like we did with those studio styles. Second, you translate that analysis into a super detailed text prompt. But the third step, that's the real game changer. You use your own production art as a visual reference to guide the AI. Let me be crystal clear about this. Your text prompt will get you in the ballpark, but uploading your own production art as a reference, that's what wins you the game. This tells the AI, hey, don't just imagine this style, match this exact look. It is without a doubt the most powerful technique you have for professional work.
So, you've matched the style for one panel. Fantastic. But now you have to do it again, and again, and again, for 50 or maybe 100 more panels. How do you make sure panel 50 looks identical in style to panel 1? For this, we need a protocol.
The solution is actually surprisingly simple.
It's called the Style Lock Protocol. You create one master style prompt that perfectly describes your art direction. Then, for every single panel you generate, you copy and paste that exact same block of text. The scene description will change, of course, but the style prompt is locked in. It never changes.
But hold on, before you commit that master style prompt to 100 panels, you have to test it. This is a pro best practice. Create a test sheet. Generate about 10 panels covering all your different shot types, some close-ups, some wide shots, a couple of action scenes. If the style holds up across all of them, you're good to go. You can lock it in and start production.
All right, let's put all of this together into a repeatable system. This is the workflow you can take to any new project to guarantee high-quality, consistent results every single time.
Here it is, step by step. You analyze the style, you create your master prompt, you generate those test panels to make sure it works, refine it if you need to, and then you lock that final style. From that point on, you use that identical style prompt in every single generation. It's a foolproof system for consistency.
So there you have it. That's how you deconstruct style, replicate iconic looks, and lock in your own custom art direction for any project you can imagine. The process is clear, the tools are ready. The only question left is, what incredible visual style will you master first?